Oh no. No. What's up, Cardfighters? Ryan here from Vanguard Central, bringing you another episode of Cardfighters Network. Stay tuned.
Stand up, Vanguard!
So today we're going to be talking about G-Quintet Walls, and are they actually going to be a thing? Before, if you guys already know what Quintet Walls are, usually it's when it's placed on Guardian Circle, you counterblast one and send the top 5 cards of your deck into the Guardian Circle, and you use those cards to guard with. It's very weird that people are trying to bring it back, simply because it's random guarding. So there are times where you can get a bunch of 3s or a bunch of 5k shields, and it won't be enough to guard the big attacks, where you can just, you know, G guard or perfect guard it. But what the difference is that usually it depends on what deck that you're playing. Like, for example, I think the best deck that can run Quintet Walls would have to be CEO Regalia, because after you use those cards to guard with, you can selectively soul charge them, so you can actually make use of all the random milling that you do. Before, using Quintet Walls was good in Legion based decks, but there aren't many Legion based decks right now, besides, you know, maybe like Bluish Flames or Thing Blaster or even Revengers. But even in those decks, like, the counterblasts are way too scarce, so I don't think you'd want to be playing these G-Quintet Walls. Some of the new G-Quintet Walls, we do have Bladewing Tillith, Steam Scalar Emiliana, and Holy Mage Arena. These are from the new ones coming out from GBT07, and the reason why I call them G-Quintet Walls is because it's a new Quintet Wall, but in the G series. So basically the skill is the same as the original Quintet Walls, except it doesn't call it as rest, it just call it to Guardian Circle. So I don't know if that makes anything different, because everything is rested in the Guardian Circle anyways. But what's unique is that it has an additional skill, kind of like how the new perfect guards are, where they have like some kind of skill based around the clan, you know. So for example, Emiliana is, when this unit is put into the drop zone from Guardian Circle, you can bind something else from your drop zone face up, and then you choose 2 cards from your drop zone and return them to your deck. So it's kind of like Uluru, or, you know, the G Guardian, where they kind of like send units back from the drop zone into the deck so that you can reuse them later, or you can, you know, get your timely plays off, which is great. But the one thing that I don't like is that it does use counterblast, where for a lot of these plays, I know that in timely decks you don't really counterblast as much unless you go for a lot of chrono jet plays and next stage plays, because cards like Upstream, as well as, what's her name, Melum, there you go, Melum, they don't use counterblast. So I guess you can go ahead and reuse those timely plays, which is good. Another card that did come out was Bladewing Tillith. So Bladewing Tillith, her skill is, actually, it only has 1 part, but you can still call 5 cards. So it's basically still a G-Quintet Wall. So its skill is, when this unit is placed from hand to Guardian Circle, counterblast 1, call 5 top cards of your deck to Guardian Circle. But then, if you have a Bladewing Vanguard, any of your grade 3 Guardians, you just send them to the Soul, which is actually really good. I'm not too sure about the whole Bladewings deck, and I'm not sure how much counterblast they actually use, but I feel like this is actually a pretty good addition, because you can make use of the dead cards in your Guardian Circle, and you can send them to your Soul, and you get to where you want to be. You get to that 10, and you get to that 15 for Gilderai. So I think this isn't too bad, but then again, it's a Quintet Wall, so not many people are going to run it. You know, maybe for like budget variants or anything like that, I'm sure it could be a thing, but I don't think it's coming back to the meta. I don't think it was ever in the meta, except for CEO. And the last one that we got, I believe, was Holy Mage Arena. Arena is the gold Paladin one, and this one has a pretty unique skill also. I actually kind of like this one. So it's also Quintet Wall, so call the top 5 cards call the top 5 cards of your deck to Guardian Circle, but its other skill is that when its unit is placed on Guardian Circle from your deck, you can discard another card, add it back to your hand, and then call the top card of your deck to Guardian Circle. So it kind of like replaces itself, where you can get this card back to your hand, and then that shield gets +5, or that unit that you call gets +5,000 shield. I think this one's pretty unique because you're able to bounce this back to your hand during your guard step. So let's say you use a Gurgrit skill, or you have some counterboss open, or you use like a Slay Me or something, and you can call this. The skill can go off. You can guard with something else, and then guard with this again from hand. So this is like pretty unique. I really like it. I don't think I would ever play it. Maybe in like some kind of start deck budget variant. You know, if you want to play some kind of fun game. But I think it's a pretty unique skill. So that was pretty much it for today's episode, guys. Just want to cover G-Quintet Walls for a little bit. I really feel like they're trying to bring back some budget variants so that people can, you know, play the game more affordingly. Just for the purpose that, you know, 16G zone is going to make decks a lot more expensive, and, you know, secondary market is pretty bad right now. We're going to have a pretty good discussion about that pretty soon. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching today's episode. Like our videos if you haven't already. Comment down below if you guys have any questions about it, and subscribe for more content. Vanguard Central out.